Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's going on, Facebook? How are you? This is your girl, Tyesha Roman, health and mindset coach, coming to you this morning with some powerful information to share with you, some tools to help you feel unstuck. Um, I'm saying this because the other day I had to get up at 4 a.m. and it was painful. It was painful. Mind you, I have been getting up early for years. For years, I've been getting up early because as a personal trainer, I had clients at 6 a.m. and I'd have to get up early. But I loved what I was doing. That was the difference. But to feel that pain and to know that you are waking up every day without doing what you love, waking up every day doing something when you know that there's more, doing something but knowing that you could be doing something more, something better, something that lights a fire in your soul, not just anything, not just any old thing, right? And you'll know when you find that thing, because it's a different feeling when you wake up. It's a different feeling when you talk to others. It's a different feeling when you carry out your life and when you think about your life. So you'll know. But if you really want to grow, and I ask women all the time, do you really want to grow? And when I even think about my old self and I look back now and I'm like, there were times when I thought I really wanted to grow and I really wanted my life to be different. But were my actions aligned with my words at that time? And they weren't. So I want to help you break through that. I want to help you break through that because I know that in a life where you feel trapped and you feel unhappy because you are constantly in this race of doing something that you don't love, of just showing up without feeling appreciated, showing up without seeing your return on your investment. And it is an investment for you to get up every day and pour into a job that you don't love, and pour into people who don't feel that you're worthy, and pour into people who don't appreciate you. That is an investment that you're making every day, and you should be paid. There should be a return on your investment as you get up every day. Why? Because you are deserving of that. You should wake up happy and you should wake up ready to conquer the world. Why? Because you are in touch with who you are and you are doing what you love. So when I ask you, do you really want to grow? Maybe you've taken the leap already, but maybe now you really want to grow and get to that next level in your business. Do you really want to grow? And there are three things that you have to do. And the first thing that you have to do is have better thinking. You have to have better thinking. And I look back at my old self, my old life, and I think about where I was and how I was there so long in a toxic relationship. I was at a job that I did not love. Like, the girls were great. They were amazing. My boss was great. I did not love sitting at a desk 8 hours a day, missing my husband, missing my kids, and just doing stuff that I could have done with my eyes closed and not getting paid. It was almost like just getting paid to pay the bills. When I look at my old life, I think about what my thinking was like, and my thinking was like, I hate this job. I hate this relationship. I hate my life. That was the kind of thinking. So in order for you to grow, if you really want to grow, is one, to have better thinking. You got to think, what do I want? Start asking yourself that. And it's a scary question because as I coach women and they join my community, the thing is like, what do I want? I don't know what I want. And that's okay. And that's okay. And that's what I'm here to coach you through. You may not know what you want because at one point I didn't know what I wanted. I knew I wanted more. I wanted to be happy. I wanted more money. I wanted to have significance. I wanted to have a purpose, right? I wanted to feel important. I wanted to change lives. But I did not know. At the end of the day, you go, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know, right? Until I sat there and got coached and got mentored and went through the process and did the work. But that's the first question you have to ask yourself. What do I want? You have to have better thinking. So instead of I hate this and I don't, what do I want? And when you start asking yourself that question, something so powerful happens inside of you, where that question leads you on a journey to discover what it is that you truly want. That question changes the game for you. When I started to ask myself, what was it that I wanted? It was like, I could never not ask again. like once I asked myself, I was like, oh my God, that kind of felt like, oh, it was scary, but it was like real at the same time. And it was kind of like, it showed that I cared about myself. Like this question just changed the game. So then I continued to ask that question. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? And as I continued to do that, it was like this constant chase for what I wanted. Why? Because I began with a better thinking. Why? Because I began to ask myself what it was that I truly wanted versus thinking about the things that I didn't want, the things that I was unhappy with, the people that I wasn't happy with, the money that I wasn't happy with. You know, all those thoughts lead you to create energy for that environment, for that kind of life. And it allows you to sit there and it kind of almost makes you think that there's no way out, that you're trapped forever. You're always going to make that money. You're always going to be in that relationship. You're always going to go back and forth. You know, somebody always has something wrong with them, so I just have to settle for what it is. I can't be picky, and all of that is bullshit. I'm telling you right now, you can have exactly what you want. You can have exactly who you want to be with, the kind of relationship. You can have what you want, but you've got to start having better thinking. You got to ask yourself what you want. And when you sit down, I'm going to tell you something. That is going to be the most powerful 2 minutes you have with yourself, because that question will never end from that day. And I asked, and I'm telling you this now, because over 12 years ago, when I asked myself what was it that I wanted, I left my job. I got up and I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, it's making me sick. Like, I'm looking for ways to call in. Like, I just don't. I don't. And another thing, if sometimes you think you are happy at your job and you're like, it's not that bad. It's okay. You know, everybody's nice. I'm making decent money. It's okay. Go ahead and ask yourself, what do you want? Go ahead and ask yourself that. Because even then, you'll ask yourself, they'll be like, oh, I want more than this. I mean, why not? I mean, this can't be it. Like, why wouldn't I want a raise, right? Even if you're working, you start to think, maybe I deserve a raise. Maybe I deserve a different position. Maybe I can go to that other building. Maybe I can do this work from home. Like, you go ahead and ask yourself that question. And when I coach, we go deep into this one question before we even get on to the other questions, because I want you to realize that there is so much more. Even if you feel a tad bit satisfied, even if you feel like you're okay and babe, we're good and, you know, we're living the life, there's so much more. There's always more. I'm happy, right? I live in a beautiful home, in a beautiful environment, a beautiful place, but there's more. And I know there's more, and I want it, because I've never stopped asking myself that question to today. I've never stopped asking myself, what do you want, Ty? Ty, what do you want? And every time I ask, it gets better and better and better. And every time I look back, I've always gotten what I want, right? Unless God didn't want it for me, he took it away, and that's okay, because he always showed me something better, right? But it's always like, man, right? So I want you to start with number one. That's better thinking. Ask yourself, what is it that you want? And that's going to change the game for you. After you start asking yourself what you want, number two, I want you to start taking action. Now listen to this. This is so important, because you're going to hear that word and it's so cliche, and you're going to hear take action. You know, you got to do something. And as someone who's starting their journey, that's too vague for me. I'm sorry. And that's why I don't coach like that. It's like, take action. What kind of action, right? Because I was told that, it's like, that's not helpful. Like, that's not helping me. I need to know what to do, where to start. So, and this is what I love so much. I have to tell you, my superpower when I'm coaching is I'm authentic and I'm very supportive. And they're the two things that get women from A to Z really quick. A to Z. What you want, and go get it. So when I tell you take action, what I'm telling you is to prioritize your action. Not to go off and just take any action. I need you to prioritize it. I need you to think about, you just ask yourself, what do you want? So you might have made a list, the things that you want. And what are you going to take action on? And I'll tell you this, I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, you know, like I said, I never stopped asking myself this question. It was like, what do I want? I'm like, okay, I want a podcast, I want a book, I want this, and I want that. Okay, I have to prioritize now. I have to prioritize. I'm going to take action. So for me, it was like the podcast first. Let me start the podcast first. And if you are not subscribed to the podcast, it is on iTunes, Fit to Be Fabulous podcast. I will put that in the comments as well. So you can get on there and get some support, get some encouragement, and get some real talk, man. So when I asked myself what I want, and two, I had to take action. I had to prioritize my action. Okay, I want a million things, but what is it that I'm going to focus on right now? What is it that I'm going to make sure that I follow through on, that I get some clarity on, and I follow through on? And I guarantee you, you have the support and the mentorship, the coach, you have the tools, the strategies. You prioritize that action, you take the action on that thing that you made priority, you will follow through, you will see it through, especially if you have accountability, especially if you have a support group, you will see it through. And it's so important because that's the part that's scary for people. Okay, now it's time to take action, but how and doing what and when? That's very scary because you don't have clarity and you don't have guidance there. And you don't have that support. And I'm telling you this because I've tried alone to grow. And it's hard. It's hard. I was aimless. I didn't know what to do, where to start. It's hard to grow alone. So you want to have better thinking, right? What do I want? You want to start asking yourself these tough questions. Two, you want to take action, but you want to prioritize the action. Think about the things that you said you want and that you want to do. Figure out which one you're going to do first. Maybe it's lose 5 pounds. Maybe you want to do that first, right? Maybe you want to start having a better communication in your relationship. Okay, maybe it's that. Maybe you want more date nights. Maybe it's finally becoming part of a support group. Maybe for you, you're struggling in a business area and your priority in your action taking is hiring a coach, joining a group, right? You're going to start thinking about what you want and how you're going to get there. So for me, when I'm thinking like what I want, I had to hire a coach because I'm like, there's a lot that I want and I don't know how to get it. That was priority on my action list because I knew that everything else I wasn't going to get alone because I had tried for so long by myself. And boy, like I'm telling you, it's not easy. So the third is after you have better thinking, after you take action, prioritize on the action that you're going to take. And these could be small action steps. Don't get crazy. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't kill yourself. Show yourself some grace. Number 3 is show up and don't quit. And 3 is show up and don't quit. I cannot tell you from the 12 years ago that I started this journey that I walked out on my boss and it was like, I'm just unhappy and call me crazy. I had 2 small kids. I had no money saved. I had nothing. I was just like, I was so tired inside that I was like, something will happen. Something will work out. Something will show up. I just don't want to be here no more, right? When 12 years ago, when I did that, I was showing up for myself. I asked myself what I wanted. I took action and I showed up. Number 3, show up and don't quit. I showed up for myself. And ever since I showed up for myself 12 years ago all the way to now, I have not quit. I have not thrown in the freaking towel. I'll tell you one thing. Have I failed? Yes. Have I made a ton of mistakes? Yes. Have I started things and stopped them and been insecure and been afraid? Yes. But have I quit? No. I keep showing up and showing up and showing up and learning and growing and plugging in and taking action. I will not quit. And this is what I want for you because that is the key. If you really want to grow, you've got to show up. And what's showing up for yourself? What is showing up for yourself? Showing up for yourself is not sitting back and thinking about all the things you hate and not doing a thing. Showing up for yourself is like, I'm going to take this action. I'm going to show up. So when I started, I'm going to give you an example of how I started showing up for myself and then how I started showing up for other women. So showing up for myself started in so many different directions. Showing up for myself is when I left a toxic relationship. I'm like, I'm done with that dude. You are not going to treat me like that no more. I am sorry. I'm gone with no money, no plan B. I don't care, but you're not going to treat me like that, right? Showed up for myself. For my boss, when I left my 9 to 5, you are not going to pay me $750 weekly to be here almost 45 hours a week. I could do this with my eyes closed. I'm just not happy here. I showed up for myself. On my weight loss journey, I was not happy in my body. I was just not happy. Took it into my own hands, right? I was tired of not getting the right answers from other people, so I got certified and I did it. And I put myself through my own transformation, showed up for myself. There goes 4 times already. I'm showing up for myself, right? I'm not quitting. So now after I showed up for myself, I realized how many other women needed me in that industry, and they just couldn't figure it out on their own. They did not know how to lose weight. They just couldn't get it. And I understand. I'm like, I get you. I understand you. I struggled with this for so long. I didn't know a thing about carbs and none of that, right? I just Googled things and I followed just random plans and diets, and I was like, I don't want to do that no more. Showed up for myself, right? Showed up for them. I was like, you're not going to struggle anymore. Here's a plan. I got it. I'll walk you through it. Boom. Started changing woman after woman after woman. And I became so good at it that I left the gym. Showed up for myself 6 times already. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, because I want to see your fingers up soon. Left the gym because I'm like, there's more women that needs me. You guys want me to play small in here. You don't want me to talk about nutrition. You just want me to train her and let her go, but that's not going to help her. I need to give her more. Out of here. About to start my own business. Opened up a boot camp because I couldn't train so many women one-on-one, right? That's my whole day. I had to get 10 girls at 1, train them at 6 p.m., another 10 girls at 7, at 8. Like, I was showing up because I really wanted to help women break through. I have found what I love to do. From simply sitting at that desk and asking myself, what do I want? Do you see the power in asking yourself that question? So from simply asking myself, I'm breaking through so many barriers. I'm going through so many changes and transformation. And now I'm taking women on this journey. As I'm taking women on this journey, it feels amazing. Why? Because it feels good to see another woman where she belongs. It feels good to see another woman happy and satisfied with who she is and feeling badass and empowered. That rocks for me, right? That sets my soul on fire. Now, after that, we're going to keep going here. We're going to keep going because this is dope, man, when I look back. So after this, now with the transformation on that, now it goes into business, right? So look at all those, look at so far I've taken you through like 8 steps, 8 journeys. So now it comes to business. Now women want to do that. Now I've gotten help doing that. I love it. And now I want to help doing that, right? How did all of that happen? From asking myself that powerful question. Asking myself that powerful question, because once you ask yourself that question, you never stop. And because you never stop, you don't settle for anything. You don't settle for less. You're asking yourself, what do you want? And nobody's going to be realer than you than God. And he's speaking in you all the time, giving you those feelings when you got to get up to go to work, right? Why? Because you're made for more. You're powerful, but you're not tuning in. You're not becoming self-aware. You're not taking the action that I'm telling you to take, which was number 2, the action and the prioritization in it. And then 3, showing up and not quitting. You cannot quit. So as I took you through all those journeys and I showed you how I have not quit, I am not quitting. So I did not quit on myself. I did not quit on the women. And I'm still not quitting on the women. The women who are waking up unhappy going to work, who don't know where to start, who have a ton of decisions to make and are afraid. It is scary to make these decisions because you're worried about other people's opinions. You're worried about the aftermath. You're worried about, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if it takes too long? I've been there. I know how you feel. Those were my concerns. Those were my fears. And my biggest was like, what if it takes too long? The thing is that time is going to go on anyway. Right? Could you imagine 12 years ago when I got up from my desk and I left? Had I sat there and said, but what if it takes too long, and allowed that to stop me? 12 years later, I just took you through all these different journeys that in 12 years. I could have not experienced those journeys. I could have not met the people that I have met, right? I could have not accomplished so much if I would have allowed that fear of it taking too long and of it being too hard and of me disappointing my husband, my family, myself, my children, of me being a failure. I would have still been sitting there, just like there are women there today still sitting there, watching me now. But what I say to you is it is not too late. If you feel like you have taken so long to make a decision, it is not too late to decide. It is not too late to make that decision. But you've got to show up and not quit. Now tell you how, step number 3, how I showed up for myself. So when we did the better thinking and I asked myself what I wanted, and then I took the action and I prioritized the action. And I told you what my action was. My action was I had to hire a coach. I was tired of doing it alone. It was so frustrating. It was so overwhelming. It was confusing. I did not know what I was doing. It was hard. And instead of sitting there and focusing on hard, I had to ask myself the better question. What do I want? I need a freaking coach. Take the action, prioritize it, get the coach. And then what? Step 3, show up and don't quit. And I've been showing up ever since and not quitting. And now it's what I empower other women to do. Why? Because I see how those steps have helped me grow in my life and in my journey, in my business, in my marriage, in my health, in my finances, in my motherhood. I have transformed completely. I have transformed the whole woman of who I am. I am her. I am her who have made tough decisions, who have failed, who has cried her way through this journey, who has felt alone, who has had to deal with other people's opinions, who was stressed, but who overcame it, who conquered it, who put people to the side, who set boundaries for herself, who put herself first, who showed up, who stood strong, who made tough decisions, who asked for help, who hired a coach and said, I need you, walk me through this. I can't do this alone. I am her. And you are her if you want to be her. You have the choice. You have the power. You have the power to change your life and to grow. So if you really want to grow, I am asking you, if you really want to grow, you will prove that to yourself using the 3 things that I've showed you. And I have created an online workshop called I Am Her to help you break through these barriers, to not do it alone, to get equipped with the tools that you need to provide that clarity, right? To clear up that darkness that's in your mind of confusion on where to go and what to do. I have created that workshop to help you, to walk you through your transformation. And I provided the link up here for you to become part of this, to change your life and to grow and to experience the true power that you have when you make a decision, when you take action, and when you show up and you do not quit. Because it is real. It is real, and you can have anything that you want if you decide that you really want it. So I want you to have a powerful Friday. I hope that this has helped you. If this has given you value, please let me know in the comments. Throw a heart if this has helped you in any way. Share this video with those that need to hear this, those that think that they are trapped in a life and stuck and that there is no way out. Because I'm telling you right now, that is a lie. The devil is a liar. The enemy is a liar. Distraction is a liar. You are powerful. And you have full control. So I hope to see you there. I am looking forward to seeing so many women on this line. Transformation is amazing. Your life will change if you want it to, and I am here to help you. So I put the link up there in the post. I want you to have a powerful Friday, and thank you so much for showing up for this live. I truly appreciate your time. God bless you.